Hi, I'm Roller Coaster Rider. I've noticed YouTube has a lot of videos that focus on conspiracy theories. Everything from Pixar movies to Seinfeld to 9/11 to presidential elections to everything else in between. I'm a theme park fan, but I've noticed that there's not a lot of theme park conspiracy theories. So I'm going to deal with probably the biggest conspiracy theory in theme park history. No, not that one. And no, I will not ever do one about that because, well, you can probably make your own guesses there. No, I think we should head towards the Gold Coast of California, Southern California, Valencia, California, to Six Flags Magic Mountain. In 2013, Six Flags Magic Mountain added a premier rides, two looping roller coaster called Full Throttle. Would you think I was crazy if I told you that this is the reason why in 2016 New Revolution got lap bars? Would you think I was a complete nut and weirdo? Okay, you might think, just hold on, just hear me out. Think about it. What was Full Throttle advertised as? The world's tallest vertical loop. What color was it? White. Supports black. That's not a surprise. I mean, tons of parks use the same color scheme, right? And yes, I know Revolution's supports are blue. Which I do say they look pretty good. But here's the thing. Full Throttle, like I said, was advertised for a giant vertical loop. What else was it advertised for? It was advertised for going over that loop with only lap bars. And it was also advertised for hang time. Doesn't that sound a little bit like Revolution with lap bars? Now let's go to something Six Flags Magic Mountain fans will know of, the coaster wall, where pre-2013, so around the time of Full Throttle, before Full Throttle, they had these 12 posters. 1971, Gold Rusher. 1976, Revolution. 1978, Colossus. 1988, Ninja. 1990, Viper. 2003, Scream. And then 6 more posters. Or 5. Around there. 2000, Goliath. 1998, Riddler's Revenge. 1996, Superman the Escape. However, the ride opened in 1997. 1994, Batman the Ride. 2006, Tatsu. However, when Six Flags Magic Mountain updated them, they did some interesting marketing. For example, with Superman Escape from Krypton, from the Coaster Guy, the first of the 2 larger displays is a combination of Superman Escape from Krypton and Lex Luthor Drop of Doom. Even though Lex Luthor is not at all a roller coaster, they do share the same tower, so I can understand why they included it. What I don't understand is why they decided to list Superman as being built in 2011. I know that's when they added backwards launching cars and changed the name, but it was still built in 1997. They should be proud of and embrace the history of the ride. Sounds like they don't want you to remember when the ride was opened, but more like when the ride was reintroduced. One coaster is one thing, but they did it with another coaster. Next up is X2. Like they did with Superman Above, they listed the year that the coaster was modified and renamed and got new trains, not when it was originally built. The coaster originally started life as X in 2002. They changed out the trains, painted it black, or painted the track, and renamed it as X2 in 2008. I think they should list it as having been built in 2002. Again, doesn't this seem like they want you to remember when the ride was reintroduced and not when the ride was actually built? 2 more things I want to bring up. One, when they updated the posters for the greatest coasters in the world, they did not include 2 coasters. What 2 did they not include? Gold Rusher and Revolution. Let's skip Gold Rusher for the time being. Revolution has a very prominent place in roller coaster history as the first modern steel loop, as the first modern roller coaster with a vertical loop. Both Revolution and Gold Rusher are significant to the park and should be listed as the world's greatest roller coasters. Now, why do you think Six Flags Magic Mountain would leave off a ride like Revolution, which was so historically important, unless they had something in mind for it? For example, maybe reintroducing it, maybe renaming it, maybe giving it new paint, maybe giving it new trains. Well, if you're a theme park fan, you probably know what happened. In 2015, Six Flags announced that they were turning Revolution into New Revolution, featuring open-aired seats, the world's first vertical loop, and lap bars, saying it changes everything. Or some people would say it probably just changes the trains, the paint, and the name. Wait, didn't Superman change its paint, trains, and name and get reintroduced? And that's why they said 2011 instead of 1996 or 1997. Didn't X get painted, new trains, and renamed? And that's why they chose it to say that it was introduced in 2008 as opposed to 2002? Could that be the reason why Revolution wasn't included on the coaster wall? And Full Throttle was built mainly for the 160-foot tall loop. Yes, it was also built for having the double spine, but was that the thing that was most advertised? Or was the giant vertical loop and lap bar only restraints stronger advertised? One final reason why Six Flags Magic Mountain chose 2016 to turn Revolution into New Revolution, a lot of purists are going to say they did it for the ride's 40th anniversary. And while that may have held a 5 or 10% interest reason, or maybe even just a coincidence, I'm sorry, but I think Harry Potter was a much larger reason. Remember, Harry Potter had been rumored to go into Hollywood since 2011, and just a little bit before New Revolution opened, so clearly it wasn't just because of this, but it did have a major part, was that on April 23rd, NBC Universal, so Universal Studios Hollywood, gained approval in order to expand and build the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Now, what do you think Wizarding World of Harry Potter did to Magic Kingdom and the rest of Walt Disney World? It really burned their bottom line. So, could that have been a thing where the people at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and to a certain extent Knott's Berry Farm with their Ghost Rider, could it be that they instead decided to lay low because, well, it was similar to the Disneyland Tomorrowland 1998 thing, where your nearest competitor is going to probably steal all of your attendance. So why not just have a small attraction instead of a big beefed up attraction like they are this year at Six Flags Magic Mountain with the Justice League Battle for Metropolis? Final words. I want to know what you think. Was I right? Was I wrong? Do you think this holds some weight? Do you think this is completely untrue? And don't ask any PR people or people that have quote unquote inside information, because I can tell you for a fact they said that Revolution would never get lap bars again. So even that's always been a wish, and well, I'm just glad that it finally came true. Bye.